Hi, this is SAT practice test number 3 and we are going to start the non-calculator section of this test. So, question number 1. A painter will paint n walls with the same size and shape in a building using a specific brand of paint. The painter's fee can be calculated by the expression n times k times l times h, NKLH, where n is the number of walls, K is a constant with units of dollars per square foot. L is the length of each wall in feet. H is the height of each wall in feet. If the customer asks the painter to use a more expensive brand of paint, which of the factors in the expression would change? Now let's analyze this fee. So it is n times k times l times h. Now we have to see which variable is related to the expensive brand of paint. So h is the height, l is the length, n are the number of walls. So these three constants have nothing to do with the cost of the paint. So that option will be this constant. So it is option C. Question number 2. If 3r is equal to 18, what is the value of 6r plus 3? So let's find out the value of 6 from here, and then we'll find out the value of r from here, and then we will find out the value of 6r plus 3. So the equation is 3r is equal to 18. Now let's make it 6r. So I'll times 2 on both sides, so it will become 6r, and on the right side it will become 36. Now because we need 6r plus 3, so we will add 3 on both sides. So 6r plus 3 on left side, on the right side it will become 36 plus 3, that will be 39. So 6r plus 3 is equal to 39. So that is option D. Question number 3. Which of the following is equal to a to the power of 2 by 3 for all values of a? Now what we do here, we have to split this thing into the cube root and square. So we can write this as a square whole cube root. Okay, so it will become option D. Let me explain some more in detail. So this expression is a to the power of 2 by 3. I can write it as a square times a to the power of a square times 1 over 3. Alright, now this 1 over 3 will form the cube root, and this a square will be under the cube root sign. So it will become like this. 1 over 3 will form the cube root, so I'll write cube root here, and a square will come under the cube root, so it will become a square. So the whole answer is cube root of a square. That is option D. Question number 4. The number of states that joined the United States between 1776 and 1849 is twice the number of states that joined between 1850 and 1900. If 30 states joined the United States between 1776 and 1849, and X states joined between 1850 and 1900, which of the following equation is true? So I'll write from 1776 to 1849 on one side, and on the other side I will write 1850 to 1900. Now it says 30 states. If 30 states joined the United States between 1776 and 1849, so over here I'll have 30. Now the states that have joined between 1776 to 1849 are twice of the states that have joined between 1850 to 1900. So the states that have been joined in 1850 to 1900 will be half of this. So let's base half of this one. So let's suppose the states that have joined over here will be equal to half of 30. So the equation will become like this: 2x. Alright, let's suppose this is 2x and this is 30. So now if you want to find out the states over here, those states will be x. So we will put 30 equal to 2x and we will get the number of states that will become 15. So as far as the expression is concerned, or as far as the equation is concerned, we cannot write 15 directly over here. So we have to suppose a variable and we will time it by 2, and that will give us the answer equal to 30. So that will be the correct option, B. Question number 5. If 5 over x is equal to 15 over x plus 20, what is the value of x over 5? So to keep things simple, we will find x first and then we will divide the answer by 5. So we will get x over 5. So in order to find the value of x, we will do the cross multiplication. So that cross multiplication will be like 5 times x plus 20 is equal to 15 times x. So it will become 15x. On the left side, that will be 5x plus 100 is equal to 15x. We will do negative 5x on both sides. Over here it will get cancelled, and on the right side it will become 10x. So 100 will be equal to 10x. Now I will divide both sides by 10. This will get cancelled, and in the left side I will get 10. So my x will be equal to 10. But we need x over 5. So I will divide 5 on both sides. So my x over 5 will become equal to 2. So option C is the correct answer. Question number 6. 2x minus 3y is equal to negative 14. 3x minus 2y is equal to negative 6. If xy is the solution to the system of equations above, what is the value of x minus y? So we have to find out the value of x minus y. In order to find out the value, we have to find out the value of x, and then we will work out the value of y, and then we will take the difference. So in order to solve this equation, we will use we can use the substitution method, we can use the elimination method. So in order to solve this, let's use the elimination method. In order to use the elimination method, we have to make the variables of either x, the coefficients of either x or y as equal. So I have decided that I'll make the coefficients of x equal. So I'll multiply equation 1 with 3, and I will multiply equation 2 with 2. This is equation 1, and equation 2 is this one. Now if I multiply equation 1 with 3, it will get 6x, and when I'll multiply equation 2 with 2, it will become 6x. So my equation 1 will become 6x minus 9y is equal to, now 14 times 3 will be equal to 42, negative 42. Over here 2 times 3 will be 6x, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4y, and 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Now I'll subtract them. So in order to subtract, I will make the sign opposite. So 6x minus 6x will be 0. Minus 9y plus 4y, that will be negative 5y. Over here, negative 42 plus 12, that will be equal to negative 30. Now dividing both sides by negative 5, I will get y is equal to 6. Now I'll insert y in any of these equations. So I'll insert y is equal to 6 in this equation, and I will work out the value of x. So 2x minus 3 times 6 is equal to negative 14. So 2x negative 18 is equal to negative 14. Now 2x will be equal to, I'll add 18 on both sides. So this 18 will get cancelled, and on the right side will be like, it will be 14 plus negative 14 plus 18. It will become plus 4. Negative 14 plus 18. Let me do the step here. Plus 18 plus 18. This will get cancelled, and 2x will become equal to 4. Now I will divide both sides by 2. This will get cancelled, and my x will become equal to 2. Now I have to take their difference, so x minus y is 2 minus 6, that will be minus 4. So option C is the correct option. Question number 7. The function f is defined by a polynomial. Some values of x and f of x are shown in the table above. Which of the following must be a factor of f of x? Now, whichever number is the factor, it gives the value of the polynomial equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, x is equal to 4, the value of the polynomial will become equal to 0. Alright, so I can write it like this. When x is equal to 4, the polynomial will become equal to 0. So I will shift 4 on the left side, so it will become x negative 4 is equal to 0. So when we divide the polynomial with x minus 4, we will get the remainder equal to 0. So which means option C is the correct one. So remember one step over here, that remainder will always be that number. Remainder will be, if we want to find the factor of a polynomial, the remainder should be equal to 0. Okay, and the number at which the remainder will be equal to 0, that number will be equal to the x. Okay, and you will put that number equal to x, and then from there you can find out that factor. So we will do negative 4 on both sides, and this will become the factor of that polynomial. So that polynomial will wholly divided onto this factor, and the remainder will become equal to 0. Question number 8. The line y is equal to kx plus 4, where k is a constant, is graphed in the xy plane. If the line contains the point CD where c is not equal to 0 and d is not equal to 0, what is the slope of the line in terms of c and d? So we have been given an equation and a point through which this line is being passed, and we want to find out the gradient or slope. So the standard equation of line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the gradient. Now if we compare this equation with the standard equation of line, so we will see that it is kx plus 4. So k would be the gradient or slope, and the point through which this line is being passed, the x coordinate of that point is c, and the y coordinate of that point is d. So in order to find out the gradient, we will put the coordinates of this point in place of x and y. So y will be d, because the y coordinate of this point is d. So y will be d, k will be as it is, and x will be c plus 4. Alright, now we will isolate x, or in other words, we will make k as the subject. So negative 4 on the left side, it will become d minus 4 is equal to kc. This will get cancelled. Now we will divide both sides by c. This c and this c will get cancelled, and k will become equal to d minus 4 over c. K will be equal to d minus 4 over c. That will be option A. So for question number 8, option A is the correct one. Question number 9. In the system of equations above, k is a constant and x and y are variables. For what value of k will the system of equations have no solution? So a system of equations have no solution when either x will become 0 or y will become 0. How? Let's suppose you are adding something and the equation comes like this: 4x minus 4x equal to 7, let's suppose. So over here you can see 4x minus 4x will become 0. So x has been totally eliminated from the system of equations. When this scenario happens, it means the system of equations have no solution. Now what we will do here, and we will see for what value of k these system of equations have no solution. For that purpose, what I'll do, I'll name them equation 1 and equation 2. Now from equation 2, I'll take the variable y as subject, and I will insert variable y over here in this equation, and from there I will check for the values of k for which the equation have no solution. So from equation 2, I will get 4x minus 5y is equal to 7. Now I'll add 7 on both sides. So I'll subtract 7 on both sides. So this will get cancelled, and on the left side I'll have 4x minus 7 minus 5y is equal to 0. Now I will add 5y on both sides. This will get cancelled, and on the left side I will have 4x minus 7 is equal to 5y. I'll divide 5 on both sides now. So this will get cancelled, and y will become equal to 4x minus 7 over 5. Now I will take this value of y and insert in the equation number 1. So the equation number 1 is kx minus 3y is equal to 4. I'll insert y over here. So kx minus 3 times 4x minus 7 over 5 is equal to 4. Now kx will be equal to, kx minus 12x minus plus 21 all divided by 5 is equal to 4. So I can write it as kx minus 12x over 5 plus 21 over 5 is equal to 4. Now you see here this part of the equation, kx minus 12 over 5x. Now what would be the value of k so that it will become exactly equal to the same value, 12 over 5. So if k is equal to 12 over 5, so 12 over 5x minus 12 over 5x, it will become 0. So k will just get x will just get eliminated. So for the value of k equal to 12 over 5, this equation will have no solution. So that will be option A. So when k is equal to 12 over 5, 12 over 5x minus 12 over 5x, it will become 0. So that's the answer, option A. Question number 10. In the xy plane, the parabola with equation y is equal to x minus 11 whole square intersects the line with equation y is equal to 25 at 2 points, A and B. What is the length of A to B? So what we will do here, we will find out the two coordinates. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Y is equal to 25 would be somewhere here. Y is equal to 25. And the parabola is like this. This is the parabola. This is point A and this will be point B. Now we know the y coordinates of point A and B. We have to work out the coordinates of point x coordinates of point A and B, and then we will use the distance formula and find the distance from A to B, or we can directly find the distance from A to B. So let's work out the x coordinates of A and B. So we will find the x coordinates from this equation. It says y is equal to x minus 11 whole square. So y is equal to 25. So I will insert y is equal to 25 in this equation, and it will become 25 equal to x minus 11 whole square. Now let's take the square root on both sides. this square will get cancelled with the square root, and the square root of 25 is plus minus 5. So plus minus 5 is equal to x minus 11. Now x minus 11 is equal to plus minus 5. From here I will get two values of x. So one value will be x is equal to 5 plus 11, and the other value would be x is equal to, I will choose other color, x is equal to negative 5 plus 11. Alright, so x is equal to 5 plus 11 will give us 16, and x is equal to negative 5 plus 11 will give us 6. So the two coordinates are 6, one point is 6, 12, and the other point is 16 and 12. So this is point A and this is point B. So now let's suppose over here this is 6 and 12, B is 16 and 12. Now the y coordinates are same, so the distance between the x coordinates will be the actual distance. So the distance between the x coordinates is 16 minus 6, that is 10. So option A will be the correct answer, 10. Question number 11. Now this is an interesting question. It says in the figure above, lines K, L and M intersect at a point. If x plus y is equal to u plus w, which of the following must be true? Now x plus y is equal to u plus w. So their sum is equal to their sum. Alright, now let's see the conditions. Now x is equal to z. Alright, so now x is equal to z. First of all, in this example you can see y and u will be equal always, because they are vertically opposite angles. In order for this equation to be correct, x and w should be equal. Okay, now it says x is equal to z, which means x and z are equal and z is equal to w. X and z are equal, which means w is equal to z, because they are vertically opposite angles, which means w will be equal to x. So y is equal to u and w is equal to x. So this equation is correct according to I. Now let's talk about 2. Y is equal to w. Y is equal to w. So it says, okay, now y and u are equal. Y is equal to w means this angle and this angle is equal, but we are not sure about x. Okay, x is equal to t. We do not know what is t, because the relation of t is not given. So it may or may not be correct. So we will leave this one. Now the third one, z is equal to t. Over here it says that z is equal to t, t is equal to x, alright, and z is equal to w. So in this way x will be equal to w. I'll repeat it again. It says that z is equal to t, and we know that w is equal to z, okay, and t is equal to x, because they are vertically opposite angles. So w is equal to z and z is equal to t, so t will be equal to x. So in this way w will become equal to x. So this condition will be true. It is a must, it must be true. Okay, so the correct option would be option 1 and I and 3I. Option B. This is the correct option for question number 11. Question number 12. In the quadratic equation above, a is a non-zero constant. The graph of the equation in the xy plane is a parabola with vertex CD. Which of the following is equal to D? Now an equation has been given, and the standard equation for the parabola is y is equal to a times x minus h whole square plus k, where h and k are the coordinates of the vertex, and in this case this h will be c and this k will be d, because c is the x coordinate of the vertex and d is the y coordinate of the vertex. Now we will try to transform this equation into this form. From there, whatever is the value of the k or d, that will be our answer. So let's work it out now. I'm going to write this equation. So y is equal to a times x minus 2 times x plus 4. So it will be like a times x squared plus 4x minus 2x minus 8, a times now x squared minus 2x minus 8. Now I'll do the completing square method for this expression. So if we do the completing square thing, it will be like x squared minus 2 times 1 times x, or 2 times a times b. So over here in this equation, a is x, so 2 times x times 1. Now this whole thing will, it will get multiplied, it will become equal to 2x. So we can say that the b is 1. So I'll add 1 square and I will subtract the square of 1. Okay, so I have done addition by myself, I have done subtraction by myself, and this negative 8, I'll just write it over here. Now you see this part of the formula, this part of the expression will become the formula of x minus 1 whole square. So I'll just write in this place, I'll just write x minus 1 whole square, and then I'll just add them up. So minus 1 minus 8, that will be minus 9. Now I'll do the multiplication thing. So it will become, after multiplication, it will become a times x minus 1 whole square minus 9a. So you see this has become our transformed equation, and the h is 1, so our c is 1, and our k or d, that is equal to negative 9a. So negative 9a is the correct answer for question number 12. Question number 13. The equation 24x squared plus 25x minus 47 over ax minus 2 is equal to negative 8x negative 3 negative 53 over ax negative 2. It's true for all values of x not equal to 2 over a, where a is a constant. What is the value of a? Now we have to work out this equation to find out the value of a. So let's solve it now. So what I'm going to do is, over here on this side, let me write it here, 24x squared plus 25x minus 47 over ax minus 2 equal to, now on this side, for this term negative 8x negative 3, I'll multiply and divide it with ax minus 2. So negative 8x negative 3 times ax minus 2, and I'll divide it by ax minus 2 as well, minus 53 over ax minus 2. Now let's solve this portion. So I'm going to solve out this portion. Negative 8x times ax, that will become negative 8a x squared, and negative 8x times negative 2, it will become plus 16x. Now negative 3 times ax, it will become negative 3ax, and negative 3 times negative 2, it will become plus 6, all divided by ax minus 2 minus 53 over ax minus 2. Now the denominators are same, so we can add up the numerators. Now it will become negative 8a x squared plus, I'll take x common from here, so it will become 16 minus 3a times x plus 6 minus 53, all divided by ax minus 2. Alright, so on further simplification, it will become negative 8a x squared plus 16 minus 3a x. Now negative 53 plus 6 is negative 47, whole divided by ax minus 2. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this and we'll write down the, in fact, okay, I'll write down the final expression over here. So now 24x squared plus 25x minus 47 whole divided by ax minus 2 is equal to negative 8a x squared plus 16 minus 3a times x minus 47 whole divided by ax minus 2. Now ax minus 2 will get cancelled, and now we can compare these two quadratic equations. Now this negative 47 is negative 47, and the coefficient of x is 16 minus 3a, and over here the coefficient of x is 25, so we can say that 25 is equal to 16 minus 3a. From here I'll find out the value of a. So I'll subtract 16 on both sides. This will get cancelled, and on the left side I'll have 25 minus 16, that will be equal to 9. So 9 is equal to negative 3a divided by negative 3 divided by negative 3. This will get cancelled, and a will become equal to negative 3. Now whether this value is correct or not, we will insert it in the coefficient of x squared, and the answer should be 24. Okay, so now the coefficient of x squared is negative 8a. So in negative 8a I'll insert the value of a, and it should become equal to 24. Negative 8 times a, now a is negative 3, so negative 8 negative 3, that is plus 24. So yes, it is equal to the coefficient of x squared, that is 24, so a is equal to negative 3. Option B is the correct one. Question number 14. What are the solutions to 3x squared plus 12x plus 6 is equal to 0? So by looking at the options, I have just observed that I cannot make the factors of this equation and solve it like by simple factorization. So I have decided to use the quadratic formula to solve this one. So I'll use the quadratic formula. Now the a is equal to 3 because a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, that will be 12, and c is the constant, that will be c. Now x is equal to negative b plus minus under root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now I'll insert the values of a, b and c over here. So negative 12 plus minus square root, now 12 squared, that is 144, minus 4ac. 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 6 is 72. So I'll insert 72 over here, divided by 2 times a. So 2 times 3 is 6. So it will be negative 12 over 6 plus minus. Now 144 minus 72, it is 72 over 6. So negative 12 over 6 will be equal to negative 2 plus minus. Now in order to solve the 72, I'll do it like this. I'll break down 72 with 36 times 2 over 6. Now the square root of 36 will be 6. So it will be like negative 2 plus minus 6 will come outside, and within the square root sign only 2 will remain. Whole divided by 6. Now this 6 will get cancelled, and my answer for this one will be negative 2 plus minus under root 2. So that is A. So option A is the correct option for question number 14. Question number 15. The equation above shows how a temperature F measured in degree Fahrenheit relates to a temperature C measured in degree Celsius. Based on the equation, which of the following must be true? Now here's a conversion from degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. Now let's see the condition number 1. A temperature increase of 1 degree Fahrenheit is equivalent to a temperature increase of 5/9 degrees Celsius. I think this is true. Why? Because it says the temperature increase of 1 degree. That means the change in temperature, that will be 1 degree. So over here, F minus 2 is representing the change in temperature. Or let's suppose F is 35. Let's suppose. So 35 minus 32 is 3. So now F increases by 1 and it becomes 36. Now 36 minus 32 is 4. Alright. So the change is 1. Okay. Before it was 3. Now the change is 4. Now the total change in temperature is 1. The total change over here is equal to 1. Now 1 times 5/9, that will be equal to the temperature in degree, the change in degree Celsius. So if 1 degree temperature in Fahrenheit changes over here, then the change in degree Celsius will be equal to 5/9. So it seems true. Now question number, the second statement. A temperature increase of 1 degree Celsius is equivalent to a temperature increase of 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's suppose the temperature in degree Celsius changes by 1 degree. Now we have to make F as the subject and check for the condition. So now I'm going to make F as the subject. So C is equal to 5/9 times F minus 32. Now this 9 will be multiplied with the Celsius, so it will become 9. C over 5 is equal to F minus 32. Now we will add 32 on both sides, and this will get cancelled, and Fahrenheit temperature will become equal to 9/5 times C plus 32. Now you see here, let's suppose C is 1, or let's suppose C is 0. So the temperature in Fahrenheit is 32. Okay. Now let's suppose C becomes 1. So when C increases by 1 degree, 9/5 times 1 will be equal to 9/5, and 9/5 is basically equal to 1.8. Okay. So when C becomes equal to 1 degree, so 1 will be multiplied with 9/5, and 9/5 will be added into 32. So the temperature that will increase, it will be 1.8. The increase will be 1.8, and the total temperature that will increase, that would be 33.8. because 1.8 has been added into 32, so it will become 33.8. So you see, the increase in temperature from 32 to 33.8 is 1.8 degree Fahrenheit. So this statement also seems to be true. Now let's check the third one. A temperature increase of 5/9 degree Fahrenheit is equivalent to a temperature increase of 1 degree Celsius. This is incorrect, because over here we have seen that if the temperature increases by 1 degree, then the change will be 5/9. So if the temperature increases by 5/9 degrees, we will multiply 5/9 with 5/9. So the temperature change will be 25/81 degrees, not 1 degree. Alright, so this will be false. So the correct option is option 1 and option 2. Option D is the correct one. Question number 16. X cubed times x squared minus 5 is equal to minus 4x. If x is greater than 0, what is one possible solution to the equation above? Now let's solve this equation. X cubed times x squared minus 5 is equal to minus 4x. Now I'll divide both sides by x, and this x will get cancelled, and this x will get cancelled, and this cube will become square. Okay, so now my new equation is x squared times x squared minus 5 is equal to minus 4. Now I'll solve it, so it will become x to the power of 4 minus 5x squared is equal to minus 4, and x to the power of 4 minus 5x squared plus 4 is equal to 0. I have shifted this 4 onto left side, or in other words, I have added 4 on the both sides, so 4 and minus 4 got cancelled, and over here just 4 just got added. Now you see over here, this seemed to be a quadratic equation, but there's something wrong with the exponents. Over here the exponent should be 2, and over here the exponent should be 1. So over here what I'll do is, I'll suppose that let x squared is equal to y. So I'll insert y in place of x squared. So this x to the power of 4, I can write it as x squared minus 5 x squared plus 4 is equal to 0. Now wherever there are x squares, I'll insert y. So it will become y squared minus 5y plus 4 equal to 0. Now I will factorize this quadratic equation, so it will become 5 squared minus 4y minus y plus 4 is equal to 0. And over here, I'll from these two terms I'll take y as common, and it will become y times y minus 4, and from here I'll take minus 1 as common, so minus 1 times y minus 4, it will become equal to 0. Now from these two terms I'll take y minus 4 as common, and the remaining term will be y minus 1 equal to 0. Now I'll write the rest of the equation over here. So I'll say that either y minus 4 is equal to 0, or y minus 1 is equal to 0, or in other words, y is equal to 4 or y is equal to 1. Now I'll insert the values of y, that was x squared. So now x squared is equal to 4 or x squared is equal to 1. Now in order to find out the x, I'll take the square root on both sides. So this will get cancelled from here, and it will become x is equal to 2, and this will also got cancelled, and it will become x is equal to 1. Why not negative 2 and negative 1? Because in the question it was said that x is greater than 0. That means x is positive. So that's why I have just negated negative 2. So x is positive 2 and x is equal to positive 1. So these two are the answers for this equation. Question number 17. If 7 over 9x minus 4 over 9x is equal to 1 over 4 plus 5 over 12, what is the value of x? So this is a simple algebraic equation, and we need to find out the value of x. So let's solve it. For 7 over 9x, I can write it as 7x over 9 minus, for this equation I can write it as 4x over 9. And on the right side I will make the denominator common. Over here this is 4, I want to make it 12, so I could add the numerators. So what I'll do here is, in 1 over 4 I will multiply and divide the numerator and denominator with 3. So this 4 will become 12. So 1 times 3 divided by 4 times 3 plus 5 over 12. Now 7x minus 4x is 3x. 3x over 9 is equal to 3 over 12 plus 5 over 12. And 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. So on the left side I will have x over 3, and on the right side I'll have 5 plus 3, that will be 8, and because the denominators are same, so I can add the numerators. So it will become 8 over 12. Now I will try to cancel them out, so we will cancel it by 4. So 4 times 2 is 8 and 4 times 3 is 12. Now x over 3 is equal to 2 over 3. Now this 3 will get cancelled and x will become equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 is the answer. Question number 18. We have been given a figure. Two isosceles triangles are shown above. If 180 minus z is equal to 2y and y is equal to 75, what is the value of x? We need to find out this value, this angle. Okay, so now because y is equal to 75, okay, and this value is 75, and over here it says that 180 minus z is equal to 2y. So I will insert the value of y into this equation and find out the value of z. So I'll solve it here. 180 minus z is equal to 2y. Now in place of y I'll insert 75. Now 180 minus z is equal to 150. I will add z on both sides. This will get cancelled. So 180 is equal to 150 plus z. I will subtract 150 on both sides. This will get cancelled, and on the left side I will have only 30. So z is equal to 30. Now this angle z is 30 degrees. Because this is an isosceles triangle, so and these two sides are equal. So if these two sides are equal, so these two angles will also be equal. Alright, now I will find out this angle. Let's suppose this angle is angle A. Okay, so in a triangle the sum of all the angles is equal to 180 degrees. So this angle is A, this angle will also be equal to A. So A plus 30 degree is equal to 180. Now a plus a is 2a, so 2a plus 30 is equal to 180. Now I'll subtract 30 on both sides. This will get cancelled and 2a will become equal to 150. Now I'll divide both sides by 2 and this will get cancelled, and 150 over 2 will be equal to 75. So a will be equal to 75. Because this a is equal to 75, so this x will become equal to 180 minus 75. So x is equal to, x degree is equal to 180 minus 75. So it will become equal to 105 degrees. So angle x is equal to 105 degrees. That's the answer. Question number 19. At a lunch stand, each hamburger has 50 more calories than each order of fries. If 2 hamburgers and 3 orders of fries have a total of 1700 calories, how many calories does a hamburger have? So we have to find out the calories of a hamburger. So let's suppose that calories in hamburger, or I can say calories in burger is X. So the calories in fries would be X minus 50, because fries have 50 less calories, or in another way, hamburger has 50 more calories. Now I will write down the equation for the calories. So 2 hamburgers. So 2 times X calories plus 3 fries. So 3 times this much of calories. X minus 50. Calories of 2 hamburgers plus calories of 3 French fries. The total calories will become 1700. Now I will solve this equation and we'll find out the value of X. So it will become 2x plus 3x minus 150 is equal to 1700, and 5x minus 150 is equal to 1700. I will add 150 on both sides. This will get cancelled, and 5x will become equal to 1700 plus 150, that will become 1850. Now I will divide both sides by 5. This 5 will get cancelled, and over here I will get the answer as X is equal to 10, 20, 30, 37, 370. So the value of X is 370. So the calories in burger are 370. That's the answer. Now let's move on to the last question, question number 20. In triangle ABC, the measure of angle B is 90 degrees, BC is 16, AC is 20. Triangle DEF is similar to triangle ABC, where DEF corresponds to vertex A, B and C, which means E will have the angle of 90 degree because B has the angle of 90 degree respectively. At each side of triangle DEF is one third the length of the corresponding side of triangle ABC. What is the value of sine F? Alright, so first of all I'll draw triangle ABC. So because ABC is a large triangle, so I have to draw a larger triangle over here. Let me try to make exact 90 degree. Alright, so this is 90 degree angle. This side is A, this side is B, and this side is C. Now AC, alright, so here, yeah, AC is 20 and BC is 16. And now I'll draw the triangle DEF, but I think we have to find out this length because I'll be needing this length. So I will use the Pythagoras theorem to find out this side. So Pythagoras theorem says that hypotenuse square is equal to adjacent square plus opposite square. Now this side is, I take it as adjacent, this is hypotenuse because it is opposite to the angle of 90 degrees, and this is the opposite side, so I have to find out the opposite. Now opposite square will be equal to hypotenuse square minus adjacent square. Now 20 square minus 16 square. So 20 square is 400 and 16 square is 16 times 16. If you do it, you will get 256. Now 400 minus 256, that will be equal to 144, and opposite will become equal to 12 because the square root of 144 is equal to 12, and over here this 144 is equal to opposite square, so we'll take the square root on both sides, so I will get opposite as 12. So this side is 12. Okay, now I'm going to draw the triangle DEF and with the sides 1/3 of triangle ABC. So triangle DEF, it will be like this. It will be a smaller triangle. This is 90 degree. This side is D, this side is E, and this side is F. And we have to find out sine F. Sine F, so angle over here. Sine of this angle. Alright. Now this side is 1/3 of this side. So it will be 4. This side will be 1/3 of 16. So it will be 16/3. This side will be 1/3 of 20. So that will be 20/3. Now sine F. So I have to apply trigonometric ratio over here. So sine F is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite side to this angle is 4 and the hypotenuse is 20/3. So 4 divided by 20/3. Now this 3 is in the denominator of the denominator, so it will go back into the numerator. So sine F is equal to 12/20. Now I'll just solve it and it will become, let's cancel it by 4, it will become 3/5. So 3/5 is your answer. So this is it for SAT practice test number 3, non-calculator, and I hope you will like it and you will understand, and you would understand these questions. Thank you.